Hi, this is Jen Owen, nurse practitioner. I'm the owner of Bloom Pelvic Therapies, a women's health clinic here in Portland. I this week held my first pelvic health hangout where we were talking about reusable menstrual products. And there was a lot of interest in the hangout, and definitely some people looked like they couldn't make it for whatever reason. I know life gets really busy, and so I thought I'd just take a couple of minutes to explain the products that we talked about so you could see what they look like, and if you couldn't make it, you'll still get the benefits of having the information. So the first one is a really popular option that people like quite a bit, and that's the Diva Cup. This is what their brochure looks like. The Diva Cup comes in two sizes. We have a before childbirth and an after childbirth. They're really not that different, just a little bit bigger as the vaginal canal gets a little wider after we've given birth. The cup is used by, you see the roundness of it, it's soft and then it catches the menstrual fluid. It's used by pinching the cup and making it smaller and then literally popping it up into the vaginal canal. Most women who use it really like it. Some can find it a little uncomfortable. If you have a low cervix, sometimes it can almost trap on the cervix. Most of the feedback I've gotten has been very positive about these. They last for years and years. You can cut the bottom off a little bit if it bothers you, which is a nice option. What else can I say about Diva Cups? I think that's it for now. I'm happy to answer questions in the comments after this as well, so feel free to ask away. Another cup option is Gladrags, who we'll talk about in just a minute on their cotton pads. They've made one called the XO Flow, and it just feels a little bit softer and doesn't have quite the rim of the Diva Cup and a softer bottom. So if the Diva Cup doesn't work or the cup you tried doesn't work, realize there are a lot of companies with cups, so you're not just stuck with one particular option. Next is my personal favorite, the sponge. These that I'm looking at come from Jade and Pearl. They're sea sponges, making them a renewable resource. So they cut just a part of the sponge off, the sponge is in the ocean, so that the sponge can regrow. And apparently they grow at a pretty rapid rate. I do worry a little bit about the environmental impact if these became really popular, but I think right now we're okay. They come in three different sizes: a large, kind of narrow sponge, a medium sponge, and a small sponge. One of the things I didn't know about the sponges is that they naturally have some darkening. The very first one I got was very dark. It almost looked like it had been used. I did write the company and they assured me that there is variation in the sponges because they're a natural plant material, so that's why. I haven't found anyone who needed one this big, so I think medium is the general size. If you buy the medium, they'll come with two, which is nice. They look hard right now, but when you get them wet, I'm going to dip this into a little cup of water, and it takes just a few seconds here as I'm dipping. And I splashed everywhere to get it wet, and then once it's wet you wring it out really well, and then you just squeeze it and then tuck it up into the vagina. I like the sponge because I think it's super comfy. I don't really know it's there. The only issue I've had with sponges is if you laugh really hard or cough a lot and it's a little bit full, there might be a little leakage. It's actually pretty hilarious when it happens. The first time it happened, I laughed a lot. But otherwise, I think they're really comfortable and a good option. And the last one for today are the Gladrags. These have been around a long time. I have some Gladrags that I bought over 20 years ago. They last forever. I wash them just with my towels and my regular laundry. I've never had an issue. By the way, backing up just a second with the sponges, every month after use I soak these in a cup of water with a tablespoon of vinegar for about 20 minutes, and that seems to keep them really fresh and usable. Gladrags are so neat. They come in a shape like this with a snap, so you snap this around your underwear. They have different inserts for flow days, and they literally insert inside and tuck in so that then they can be wrapped. So if you're just having a light day, you could use none, you could use one, or you could have basically 3 layers. They've also, since my days of starting with this, started having a little mini pad. And so that can also handle an insert, but they're smaller, and then they just clasp like the others. The reason Gladrags are nice is because they don't stick to your bottom. They are reusable. They are super comfy and soft. This is a cotton flannel feel, so very soft and comfortable. They don't seem to cause sweating. And of course, they're not full of chemicals and adhesives like a lot of the pads on the market today are. Those are the 3 I wanted to talk about today. There's also a underwear called Thinks that I have not used personally, but I've heard good things about, so you might want to check those out as well. Please post your comments or questions in the comment area below. I would love to hear from you. And I also wanted to mention that one of my goals is to get us more comfortable with our periods and talking about our periods, and that things that happen with our bodies are not gross and disgusting or the curse. So I'm offering a class on Sunday, February 25th, 4:30 to 6 here in my office, and you can see my purple couch where we hang out here. We will be talking about the menstrual cycle and the energies that happen throughout. All the different stages have different motivation, different creativity, different whether we want to be out in the world or more introverted, and we can use our cycles to our advantage. So I'll be teaching about that. I'll also be talking about herbs to support each phase of the cycle. I hope you can join me for that. You can sign up on my website or find out about all my services there. I'm offering 2 specials in February for appointments, so be sure to check those out as well. My name's Jen Owen, again from Bloom Pelvic Therapies. Have a great day.